Alright, so we are just going to talk about some games that were revealed. In fact, one game in particular, and as you can see, it's called Defect. A game that was revealed at the Galaxy Game Showcase, the Galaxy Autumn Showcase, uh, yesterday at GameSpot. So we're just going to talk about this because this is one of the games I took notice of. There was quite a few games that I took notice of, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if the host of the Galaxy Autumn Showcase would take over the Game Awards. She's far more charismatic than Geoff Keighley or Jeff Keighley. So let's just get into it. Defect gameplay reveal. Thank you to our wonderful community for your patience while we worked towards our gameplay reveal at Galaxy Showcase. Of course, I've already watched this, so I know what's going on. But yeah, so it's some pretty interesting gameplay, and I think it's pretty cool. It's quite a bit of long trailer. It's 5 minutes long, pretty much. So we're not gonna watch all of it, but we are gonna watch a bit of it, probably maybe a minute and a half of it, because. So as you can see, it's a cyberpunk-esque game. It's set in a cyberpunk universe, not 2077, but it is a cyberpunk game. And it looks like it's as one of my good friends described it. It feels like it's a combination of Judge Dredd and Cyberpunk 2077, which is a very interesting combination, and I could see it from what I've seen of the gameplay. Of course, we're just gonna stop there, and then we're just gonna talk about what the article is. And as you can see, it says right here, what you've seen is a small slice of the immersive cyberpunk action that we hope to showcase more of as we move forward with development and towards launch. So what do you see in the trailer? We begin as the systems police forces during our load-in sequence aboard the police transport ship via your PDA. This is how every mission for the police begins, and will be a key tool for you while you're in the middle of matches by providing health, inventory, and other key pieces of information during matches. Since we are a HUD-less game, information in your PDA scanner, weapon screen, or game world will become very important to you while you're mid-transport. You'll choose an objective and receive further intel from system control. And right here, we have a objective system, which is terminate rogue AI, repo, and arrest someone. And you got your health information here, so that's very interesting. It's a HUD-less game, so as it says, and it says you'll gear up. You'll be able to gear up for the match with choices found inside your police transport or gang hideout, such as weapons, ammo, and gadgets. Some of those weapons have some pretty devastating impact, which you may have seen on our socials. There will be a wealth of weapons and gear that can be found within the game world as well. And as you can see right here, very destructive weapon. It's very destructive. The sequence continues with system forces entering the territory of Nodrog, one of the leaders of a gang faction who speaks and taunts system police throughout the mission. He also monitors them using a surveillance system that players will be able to hack into themselves during their runs. Players can also deploy scanners that can see through walls and provide valuable recon information on enemy locations and objectives. You'll also notice the stealth wall tool, which can visually obscure you and your teammates' presence, and a drone you can deploy to gain even more intel on enemy movement, which is honestly kind of cool because it's showing you that it's obviously saying that you have multiple avenues to pursue these missions. You have stealth, guns blazing, and all that, which is very cool. I like the variety of options. I think that's very cool. And I think so far all this what I've seen in this game looks impressive. Definitely has a Judge Dredd feels to it. But right here, it says more. Our squad continues into a room with the data they must retrieve. There's an orchestrator, more to come on this character at a later date. Highly illegal tools at the disposal of gang factions in the room, which gives a taste of the kind of advancements in biotechnology that have become commonplace in the world of DEFECT. As our squad advances into another piece of data, they are ambushed by Nodrog's forces, and you get a sense of destruction and the chaotic action that emerges as a result of conflicting objectives for you and your opposition. In this case, the gang that attacked you. Those could include arresting and kidnapping players, assassinating players, or some of the more passive goals like robbing banks or dealing drugs. We're happy to dive more into destruction features in a later post. However, to name a few, we have multiple layers of destruction on each wall or item, and that features like dynamic dust that fills the room the more you destroy it. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. I did not notice that in the trailer. Okay, so that's very cool. That's probably going to take up a lot of performance, though. And this can be used to strategically reduce visibility in a space where you have equipment like tactical goggles, or as a way to quickly escape a dangerous situation. Everything you see will be destructible to some extent. And okay, I like that context added to some extent. That implies that not everything is destructible to the same degree, which is fair. Not everything is, but it's also that would be significantly beefier game and require a lot better performance, better performing consoles and PCs. So that makes sense that not everything is destructible to the same degree. You might have also noticed the player flipping table, which is an example of layers of interaction we've built into certain items to create cover and block paths, as well as to create more interactable world for players. That's very interesting. I like that. They're adding it to where you can use the environment as a shield, as cover, and as a way to block people from escaping. Or I like that. That's very interesting. When one of the gang members makes a run for it, a system officer is able to subdue him with a stun round, then replace the gang member's mind with a previously downed teammate's mind. This makes this gang members part of your squad for the remainder of the match. Oh, okay, that's very interesting. It's one of the few solutions we provide players who have been downed in action. Internally, uh, we've been calling this a body snatch. As we continue, you'll notice that health does not automatically regenerate. You must find health stations to heal yourself if you're going to stay in the fight. These health stations generally have 3 charges and require you setting up defenses like cover for your team in a dangerous situation to use them. Ooh, and we have multiple images here of health stations and the dangerous situations and using cover. Okay, that's kind of cool. And the lighting, honestly, in all these is remarkable. And like we have a green, yellow lighting here with a hint of blue, and then here it's just red, yellow, orange. It's just contrasting to this cooler, more tame color scheme to this more action, high speed, and visceral color scheme. I like that. In this mission's finale, the system police must override the data they have found and reboot local systems in order to remove the custom OS gangs have installed into their building. This is not an instant process, however, and you'll have to hold your ground and defend your position. While if you were to succeed, other teams will have to remove access drive from this terminal to stop you. Your actions result in this game's world lighting changing around you, notifying others. Each mission you play has a completely different type of finale for your team, which range from defending terminal or to escaping from a building with multiple enemies pursuing you, and to get back to your transport to steal something, to carrying bags of drugs or money, or to fighting Nodrog, and more. These finales can change dramatically depending on what's happening in the world and can provide more emergent ways to change the flow of each game so they always feel different. So when we finish with an awesome face-off between System Forces and Nodrog's faction, complete with destruction, explosions, bullets flying, and ruthless action set in the original track by the legendary Mick Gordon, which Mick Gordon did a lot of Doom music, by the way, which is a great testimony to this, and I'm pretty excited. Oh, and there's a little surprise at the end for when the player spawns as an orchestrator. More on that some other time. So there you have it. We couldn't have been more proud to show you what we've been working so hard on, and it's just the beginning. DEFECT has been a pure passion project for the team here, and we've been very lucky to work on it so far. We've always been intrigued by the challenges of making an immersive multiplayer mode that is tied to narrative and cinematic moments instead of being something ultra competitive. This is a small slice of the game, and we're super excited to show more of the game, like co-op and single-player modes in the future. Oh, there's gonna be single-player mode. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Okay, so there you have it. That's the article with a lot of good descriptions of what's going on, and I think it's going to be an interesting game that I'm going to definitely try out sometime when it's released. And of course, we don't have a release date for it yet. But I have to admit, everything I've seen from this so far is very interesting and very intriguing to say the least. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this, and I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe and share on your preferred social media platform. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out and God bless.